When Joe went, he left 3 notes. The first was for his ex-wife, a woman we all remember, hotter than the 8th circle of hell, you know, the one just above where Dante buried the betrayers. She used to work in the offices upstairs, and her sex would bleed so hard through the garage ceiling the trucks would be dirty 8 hours later. Old man Bill would drag us by our heels from our bunks, and we would wash ambulances all night. We forgave her everything. For the black lash of her hair, the brilliant tilt of her walk, her gorgeous tongue that sometimes flicked the consonants of our names. She saw enough in Joe to marry him once, and enough in herself to leave him when the drinking got bad. The sexy ex who walks, we know the note. We don't have to ask. The second note Joe left was for the police department where he used to dispatch. They say it was the drinking or the drugs that fired him out of that cushy desk chair like an M80 we'd all given up for dud. But truth is, Joe's heart was the kind would rather take a left-hand turn across rush hour traffic than drive straight home. He drank, he smoked, he cursed, he never let anyone else drive. His only modicum of courtesy to hang the lit cigarette out the ambulance window while you instructed your patient on how to breathe. But Joe was not the first man fired for any of these. So we know we've drafted that note too. Oh, but the third note, well, that was for us. And by us, I don't mean you. I mean any of us who's been asked to serve as rescue when the landlord dials, because I haven't seen him around in a couple of days. Hanging is a bad way. The neck never breaks. The bruising, rope burn, gouged neck, it takes longer than everyone thinks. Long enough to regret, long enough to forgive. They say Joe was drinking, they say Joe OD'd, they say a lot of things for people who were not there. But we were. Oh, we've all been there. And what we would write to ourselves, although unspoken, will find us in a bar, an emergency room parking lot, its story twisted by the mouths of the teller, recognizable only by the hanging man who thinks he tells us why. In the 9th circle of hell is where Dante wrote Judas between the devil's teeth to be torn and crushed for all eternity. When the devil goes walking, I imagine he tucks Judas behind a back molar so he can talk to men like Joe. Repent nothing. Forgive no one. Let them fill the empty note of your hanging body with their own words. Police, medical, fire, betrayers all, gazing upon your angry, burning mouth so hot just above them, they will think you are the gates of heaven.